यो सिंचन फिर से लाइव आ गए। फिर से लाइव मतलब आज तो लाइव किया ही नहीं था। फेक फेक स्टेटमेंट। यार मैं सोच रहा हूँ कैसा स्ट्रीमर बनूं। सोचने में क्या है इसमें, बस स्ट्रीम करो यार। आध्यात्मिक चीज थोड़ी है। मैं लडविक का समय वगैरह की स्ट्रीम देख रहा, उसको देख रहा था लोगों के लिए। डैम ब्रो, वेल इट्स योर चॉइस ब्रो। हम तो पहले चालू करते स्ट्रीम, उसके बाद सोचते क्या करना है। क्या करना था वैसा। बुआ का आज डिलीट नहीं किया था भाई, सुबह से लाइन नहीं था। एक कैमरा लेना होगा पहले, ले लो। इंडिया में कोई वैसा स्ट्रीम नहीं करता। इंडिया का पब्लिक को जो देखना है वैसा लोग स्ट्रीम करता है। प्रेम प्रेम रीना सीता वन लो। अरे एक काम करते हैं, ये वाला फार्म कर लेते हैं क्योंकि इसका बॉस मैच तो चाहिए। अबे यार मिस हो गया। पता नहीं उसके बारे में।
Into the endless deep. The sun can die. Ordained. I am grafted in you. Stay behind. Shackles be gone. I'll keep you thinking. Riptide.
एक चित्रो करके है, वो बहुत कॉपी करता है बट कुछ भी अच्छा नहीं कर पाता, बस कंट्रोल करते रहता है बच्चों की तरह। वो लोग भी वही करता है, बाहर वाला भी।
Blockade. Take a breath. I'm not here. The sun can rise. Sleep in the whispers of sirens. Thou and the soul.
Be gone.
Feel the tide fall.
कितना हो गया? 12 हुआ ना? 12 में होगा क्या? 15 कर ही लेते हैं। 15 में तो हो जाना चाहिए।
Why not savor this? I'll keep you company, engulfed by sea's venom. The sun can dance. Ordained. Diminish.
Shackles be gone.
I am grafted in you. Loading. Stay behind me. That tickles. That tickles. Breath forth in. Oath from the heart. The feeling of pain. Try not to blink. Feel the tide.
Owned 50. What the hell? काटे क्या कौन सा चाहिए मटेरियल ये वाला चाहिए और उसका वेपन चाहिए
It tastes good.
same material this being it's double वही मटेरियल पे है ना late today, yeah, there was no electricity for like 16 hours, so I was trying to avoid streaming because if I was streaming then I would have to use my fan and that would drain the battery much faster. I already completed my Genshin dailies in the morning because of the resin cap. I'll probably farm Genshin after doing some WoA gameplay. Pre-farming for Cartathia right now.
Astral modulation. Loading.
Stay behind me. Shackles be gone. A change.
Sleep in the whispers of sirens. Surge of deep tides.
In war with time. Loading.
Stay behind me. Frozen blockade. A change of perception. Not worth mentioning.
I'll keep you company. Hold when you think. Kind of this.
Oath from the heart.
frigid death.
I engraft you new. Loading.
Stay behind me.
Take a breath. Not engulfed. By sea's venom. To sunken depths.
Accept. खत्म भाई इवेंट। चलो शॉप में कुछ ये तो हो गया।
The tides have whispered of your arrival.
इसमें लिखा हुआ है गेन 12% एट्रीब्यूट डैमेज बोनस। अगर स्टैट में देखेंगे तो 12% ये सब है। मतलब बेसिकली एट्रीब्यूट तुम्हारा ये होता है। इसमें क्या है, ये तुम्हारा 12 बेसिक देता है और यहाँ से हमको और कुछ नहीं मिल रहा। यहाँ से हमको 10 मिल रहा है, तो कितना हुआ, वही 22-23 लगभग। यहाँ से फिर 33 हो गया। फिर यहाँ से कितना हो गया, 33 और 8 41। यहाँ से कितना हो गया, लगभग 48 नहीं 49 लगभग। स्टार्ट में देखेंगे तो कितना है, हाँ उतना ही है। वेपन एट्रीब्यूट मतलब वही होता है। और अगर इसमें पढ़ें टाइड ब्रेकर सेट में, तो मिलेगा इंक्रीज ऑल एट्रीब्यूट डैमेज बाय 30%। तो ये जो एट्रीब्यूट डैमेज है तो फ्यूजन के लिए काम आएगा ना। वेपन बैट्स फार्म कर लेते हैं.
Frozen blockade.
Astral modulation. Loading.
Stay behind me.
I'll keep you company. Surge of deep tides. Sink into the endless deep.
The mic off है क्या? Mic तो on है.
The tides have whispered of your arrival. और फार्म करना होगा इसको. ये मेरे पास तो वैसे होना चाहिए वो सब बॉक्स वगैरह. ये एसेंशन बॉस है ना उसका. अबे 46. अभी इसको और काम करना चाहिए था. यो जरा चलो इसको और काम करना चाहिए था हमको. मेरे पास तो है ही नहीं. चला खाली 15 को है.
अबे लेकिन ऐसा क्यों कर रहा है भाई इस फ्लेजलिस का? नया बॉस आना चाहिए तो फिर गूगल में चेक करते हैं। काट लेते हैं बॉस। नया बॉस आ रहा है तो उसका दूसरा बॉस है। ये तो टैलेंट मटेरियल है उसका। एक सेकंड। दिया ही हुआ नहीं है इसमें। नया बॉस आएगा इसका। वेस्ट करता है ट्रैक।
Rover, fancy running into you here. Won't you dine with me? Ms. Margarita asked me to sample her newest pizza. But my goodness, these portions.
अबे ये Fraxidus.
The Order's acolytes film while clearing the abandoned library. A manuscript of a poem with an accompanying music sheet. The public has already caught wind of its contents. Did you know it was signed as Golden Anthem? They say it was the last work, written aboard the Pilgrim's Sail. I reckon the original finder fished it out of the sea and put it in the library, not knowing what it was.
Shh, shh, shh. Quiet. They're criminals. Let's not mention them in public.
Shh. That name is not to be spoken of in Laguna.
Damn.
Simply put, the Golden Anthem was once a renowned poets' society. Their 3 members were once the Sentinels' cantors, but the Order banished them for insulting the divinity. Allegedly, their pilgrim sail caught fire and none on board survived, and thus their last known work disappeared.
Well, Since the manuscript is no longer secret, how does the tune sound? Give me a second. Let me think.
Hear that? It's exactly what they're playing now.
Damn.
Well, it would appear they were possessed by daemons, just as this very article suggests. Friends, it's been too long. I gather you were also listening in on that conversation about the Golden Anthem's last work?
What did you mean by daemons?
Resentful of the Order's verdict, they committed to paper a curse upon Rinascita and Raguna. Those favored by the divinity were the most willing to raise the blade of rebellion, for they alone knew how to make divinity bleed and doctrines crumble. Though they died in exile to a great fire, their resentment festered in their music and poetry, transforming into horrors known as daemons. Like the fire that dragged them to hell, these daemons will spread throughout the land and burn all of Raguna.
Damn.
This article was recently published in the Raguna Literary Journal. Quite the perspective, wouldn't you say? Vengeance born of resentment. Such dark and twisted characters are hard to resist. Perhaps someone unwittingly played that tune just now and opened the plushies to possession by the daemons. But then again, it's all conjecture. Those in the Poets Society died years ago, and who's to say what really happened? Now, if those vengeful spirits really do exist, well, out of all the patrons here, they went straight for you, Rover. Curious and curiouser. By the way, it just so happens that I made a copy of the Poet Society's last work. Here, take it. Consider it a little souvenir from your spirited encounter. Maybe it'll prove useful later. Goodbye, friends. A change of venue is in order. I must finish my play.
Swept away by the storm on the cicadas. It's a poem.
Like the fire that dragged them to hell, these daemons will spread throughout the unverifiable, yes, but not entirely dismissible. That said, a peculiar entity did indeed manifest, and it attacked you. So, let's start at the very beginning. I have a friend who's an expert in deciphering music. I believe you've met her, but she who resembles Topaz should still be near Whisperwind Haven at this hour.
anger will sink into the depths with me. Why not savor this, hmm?
In Hellwell, poetry and music hold equal sway. Shh. Listen carefully. Hold this sway.
Strum my strings
Listen
for
carefully.
the endless dance of time. To fly is not to flee, but to journey towards the dreams. All the hopes will set us free from doubts and fears deep within. Let the sunrise gild our wings, let the twilight soothe our skin. In the sky we're forever wild and free.
Follow the song to find her.
Rover, Carlotta, it's been too long.
You really must adore that song. I remember hearing you sing it when I was little. When I was a child, whenever I passed by Ciacconna's house, I'd always hear music drifting from the courtyard. Lively, spirited, and so full of emotion.
Ah, I remember it well. Those two guards of yours were like giants from Septimont. Easily 200 pounds of pure muscle.
Back then, Ciacconna's family conducted the Order's choir.
How should I put it? Well, as they say, families are always rising and falling. But a song is a song, whether sung in a grand hall or beneath the open sky. As for family matters, let the past stay where it belongs. Anyway, the two of you came in such a hurry. I suppose you're not here to take in the music? So you eavesdropped on a man rambling on in C3 Sharp, and then, poof, out pops a monster. Let me see. It should sound something like this. About that, Sharp Rover. I know, right? We should suggest to Miss Margarita that she add new signage. Sing with civility. It starts with us.
Can we discuss restaurant etiquette later?
Of course. But I still need to know what kind of music could possibly have the power to conjure up those monsters of yours. The Golden Anthem. That name should never be spoken. They're criminals. To conspire with them is to risk banishment at sea. Or worse.
Don't worry. This won't be the first time we've crossed paths with the Order.
Fine. From what you've told me, the composers of this poem cursed Renacita, spelling the fall of Laguna. When the poem is played, some type of horror appears. If I understand correctly, that's what attacked you and Carlotta. If you ask me, this story is a right load of codswallop. I don't believe a simple little poem could curse Renacita.
Then you
need to get to the heart of this poem and music mystery. Let me join you. I can't resist a good adventure. I'll help you find the link between the music and those daemons. But in return, I want you to hand these pages to me for safekeeping. Then we have a deal. Since you believe this music summons them, how about we test it for ourselves? I've already memorized the sheet music.
It's risky, but there's no surer way to find out. Wouldn't you agree, Rover?
The final work of poets banished to distant seas and condemned to death. What, I wonder, did the verses forged in flames truly sing of?
यो आंजो भाई क्या हाल चाल स्टोरी करके कोप कर लेते डैम फाइट करने मिलेगा क्या
They are just like the ones that attacked us in Leicester.
The pitch is lowered. A perfect chord.
Stay behind me. Lotus pervade. A change of perception.
I'll keep you company. Always when you think. Engulfed. Crises venom.
Thanks for watching. A perfect chord. Mind the tempo. Solo time. Ta-da! A grand overture. Let the show begin.
They burn in despair, resentful of the Order's verdict, till their last breath. Their last work is nothing but a curse upon us all. With our bodies to fuel the fire, the ensuing furnace shall forge Raguna's true gold. Is it saying Raguna will burn to the ground?
They wanted their resentment to echo through the streets. Just by reading this, I can almost see their terrifying faces in the fire.
These voices. They're people of Raguna, aren't they? I think I heard Mr. C3 Sharp in the mix.
If the poet's resentful souls gave birth to daemons, then shouldn't they sound like the poets themselves? Those voices were just people who read or heard their work.
Perhaps the voices themselves are what causes the daemons to manifest. In the legends, daemons are born of death and curses. But what we've seen isn't like that, no. They're more like horrors created from people's words and imagination. Of course, I'm just speculating. The voices were somewhat muddled. Perhaps I can refine the melody. This time, we need to listen harder. Let's find out what the true story really is. This is a realm created for melodies. Music can transcend space and time to bring memories and stories to life. No. Normally, you can't perceive the frequencies in a melody. But that manuscript lets you see the world as I do. That part...
They burn in despair, resentful of the Order's verdict, till their last breath. Past work is nothing but a curse upon us all.
It's the same as what we heard before. But now I see something. A balance scale with a crowd of people standing on one of the pans. What are they weighing?
Two sides of the scale represent differing perspectives. Once a work is made public, its meaning no longer belongs to its creator alone. It is shaped by the interpretations of its readers. Perhaps it was a simple poem at first, nothing more. Then that article claimed it was a curse upon Laguna. Given that members of the Golden Anthem were banished in the Pilgrim's Sail and died in a fire, the notion quickly took hold. No one knew exactly what happened, so they filled in the gaps with their imaginations. With motive and a complete story. Perhaps that's all it took for a lie to become the truth. Each time someone plays their last work, it summons demons. This is the Golden Anthem's revenge and curse upon Laguna. Still, words and imagination alone cannot bring something into
ये हमको एक
existence.
चीज समझ में नहीं आया क्या समझ में नहीं आया
Yes, someone must have used them to create the daemons. What if the mastermind pulling the strings from the shadows is the author of that article? Daemons are bound to their creator, so it might not be a coincidence you felt them target you at the restaurant. There could be a connection between you and this mastermind. Perhaps they have their own reasons for wanting to see you silenced. Imagination knows no bounds. If left unchecked, such incidents will only increase. For resonators, dealing with them isn't much of a challenge. But for ordinary folk, it's enough to spark panic across the city. Finding the one pulling the strings should be our priority.
वो अंधा पे किसी को शक नहीं आया जब वो बिट्रे किया था अपने कैप्टन को आइजन के साथ वो अंधा पे किसी को शक नहीं आया जब वो बिट्रे किया था अपने कैप्टन को आइजन के साथ अंधा वही ना जो तुम्हारा डॉग का लेफ्टिनेंट था
Because you went to Avenolium and uncovered some of the truths the Order is desperate to hide. It will take a lot more than that to even... If the daemons are born from the public's imagination, then things will shift once we catch whoever is responsible for starting this in the first place. This mastermind has gone to great lengths to twist... Music and poetry are born from kindness and hope. Yet now they've been twisted to create these monstrosities. Whoever is behind this won't just sit back and watch.
अरे जो अंधा था
The thought of confronting him is already inspiring me to write a ballad.
अच्छा समझ गए तुम किसका बात कर रहा है जिसका चेहरा पे टैटू है ना
Our enemy hides in the dark, while we remain in the light. If that's the case, we need to split up. With your tenacity and Ciaconna's expertise, we will. Someone has pointed a gun at Cat's Eye. Someone ought to pull back. The family has its ways. Tracing the article's source and finding this mastermind.
If we find melodies connected to the Poets Society, I've got it, Rover. I know a place where let's go.
टैटू वाला का कैप्टन तो अंधा था. टैटू वाला तो उसका lieutenant था.
I really admire the wind. It's free to go
अंधा
anywhere
का भी
without
कोई कैप्टन था
restraint.
क्या?
If only it could carry my poems into the hands of everyone across the world.
हमको याद नहीं आ रहा अंधा का कैप्टन कौन था यार. अंधा का कैप्टन हमको याद नहीं आ रहा कौन था. एक सेकंड आ रहा हूँ. जो आइजन का दोस्त. अरे हम समझ गए तुम अंधा वाला का बात कर रहे हो. लेकिन उसका कैप्टन कौन था वो कोई याद नहीं. वाइट बाल वाला. वाइट बाल वाला. एक 110 साल पहले हिराको के साथ था. 110 साल पहले उसका कैप्टन था वाइट बाल वाला जिसका एब्स में 69 का टैटू था. 69 का टैटू था. अच्छा समझ गए तुम किसका बात कर रहा. समझ गए. यो मुबारक भाई, क्या हाल चाल. वेलकम भाई. यार इतना लेट क्या करे भाई. लाइन नहीं था सुबह से. लाइन ही नहीं था.
Ta-da! Welcome to Requiem Paradise.
गजब सुंदर भाई.
This is where Raguna's musicians lay their old instruments to rest. For the people of Raguna, the sea is everything. We live and sleep by the sea, and our souls drift out to sea when we pass. Since an instrument is an extension of a musician, it's only fitting that it's buried by the sea. May its dreams be long and sweet before returning to the waves. I'm certain this is where the poets of the Golden Anthem
अंधा पे
laid
किसी
their
को, अरे
instruments
तो
to rest before
उन
their
लोग का थोड़ा सा
punishment.
ये था ना भाई, मतलब ट्रस्ट वगैरह था एक दूसरे पे, कोई एक्सपेक्ट नहीं करता ना कि कोई ऐसा बिट्रे करेगा.
What's wrong? You seem troubled.
इट्स लाइक कि तुम एक सोल्जर हो और तुम शक कर रहे हो अपना मतलब कॉमरेड पर,
Is that
साथ
what's been
में
on your
बहुत
mind
सारा
this
लड़ाई
whole
वड़ाई
time?
लड़ने के बाद.
I say, if the answers aren't coming, let it all go and clear your mind. To be honest, I haven't found any leads either. But worry not. This is what we bards call a bottleneck. Once, I spent 3 days just trying to find the right words to describe a tree. Couldn't do it. Not one word. So, I stood under that tree and prayed for an apple to fall on my head.
न्यूटन रेफरेंस.
You know, just like in those stories where inspiration strikes after an apple hits you.
न्यूटन रेफरेंस.
Well, at least you get a snack out of it. The apples never fell. I stood under that tree until I couldn't any longer, but still no inspiration came. Try it.
It's a real apple.
Later, when I finally decided to leave, I looked up through the gaps in the branches and suddenly saw a blooming flower atop a cliff. Turns out, even without an apple, inspiration may yet strike. But if I hadn't stood there, I might have missed that unexpected burst of beauty.
गेंशिन कर लियो डेलीज. अरे सुबह में रेजिन कैप हो जाता है ना, तो रेजिन को अगर हम सुबह में खर्च नहीं
Maybe
करेंगे
this
तो
is
फिर
enough.
अगला दिन मेरा
Let's put
दोपहर
aside
को
heavy
करना होगा,
thoughts and continue our walk
इसीलिए हम
with a
सुबह
clear
को कर
mind.
लिए थे. इसका तो रेजिन कैप वगैरह कुछ है नहीं, मतलब एक्स्ट्रा रेजिन जो है वो इसमें रिजर्व
I'm
रेजिन में
starting to
चल जाता है.
understand why Carlotta calls you Topaz.
उसका नाम थोपैज है ना.
Is that so? But I'm nowhere near as dazzling as the sun. If anything, I'd rather be like Icarus in the story. Soaring freely in the sky, even if it...
अरे टैप हो गया.
Let's keep it for now and see if there are any other instruments nearby. Its echoes are faint. Perhaps because it seems this lute likely belonged to a member of the Poets Society. The pitch is lowered. A perfect chord. The timbre also matches. I believe this lute is exactly what we've been looking for. Sometimes, even when the instruments are the same, the performer's mood can change the entire sound. For example, this lute doesn't seek to boast. It speaks softly, like a traveller sharing a story over tea in the warmth of an afternoon. The true purpose of music is to express what words cannot. Rover, if there's something you want to say but can't put into words, if you sing it, maybe I'll understand.
But I haven't even heard you sing yet.
Me? Perhaps another time. Once all this is settled, I'll perform for you. Be short now. It's in the beat's hands. I hope this melody holds a tale worth telling. Listen. I hear something up ahead. It seems like an interrogation room. Take care with each step. The melodies left by these instruments are straddling vast rifts in time and space. A single misstep could draw us into other...
Farrell of the Golden Anthem. Know that Imperator is stern, yet merciful. The Codex teaches us those whose sins are cleansed by the sea shall remain blessed by the sea. It is a grave offense to slander the Sentinel. This includes your claim that the Sentinel's true form is a steed of the skies.
गलत क्या बोला इसमें?
I was told you found this line
Unicorn.
carved on a lithograph. In the face of the tempest, a giant celestial steed carved a path for the Ark. How absurd if you admit you were mistaken at tomorrow's trial and reveal where you have hit. Remember, Imperator...
I'm sorry, Sir Acolyte. I'm doing my best to cooperate. Please, I'm afraid that by the time I see the Sentinel, I would have lost my voice entirely.
As long as you repent and help us destroy, but you are a wise man. I will always be here should you wish to receive the Sentinel's mercy.
No need to worry, Sir Acolyte. In fact, I'm beginning to enjoy the cold.
Damn.
Neither official nor private records show them as active.
Farrell's gone mad. He ought to have hidden the truth in our secret study. Why would he sweep this dangerous knowledge into his poems and hand them out to children? We ought to have
buried the truth. It just occurred to me. Is that our mastermind's true aim? Not only to that end, he stirs panic to deepen Rabanese prejudice against the words and music our way.
I knew this from the moment we uncovered that lithograph. Still, I have no regrets. But this time...
The Order's stance is that the Poet Society concealed blasphemous works. Yet the Order themselves... That's right! You must have seen the Sentinel to keep the Sentinel's true form a secret. The Order...
I understand what Farrell... We're not adventurers or mighty resonators. Farrell only wanted to share the voice of uncertainty. Our fate has been sealed. All we can...
They don't sound like they're full of hatred at all. They said during the interrogation they kept their composure and did not offer fierce resistance.
Everything seems to revolve around the order.
I don't know that for certain. But... The melody is fading faster now and becoming unstable.
Where is this place? The study? We must have gotten separated. Ciaconna...
You are to build a home here, like seabirds. Dwell upon the water, just as countless stars dot the night sky. I don't know if what I'm... They were clearly the Sentinel's campers. Why would anyone call them criminals who insulted divinity? This is a poem I've never seen before. It's so different from what they used to write. Do not place flowers on my tomb, for I do not rest beneath the stone. I am the sea wind at Raguna's walls. I am the dawn that breaks through thorns. I am a nighthawk of wings of flame, soaring towards the celestial steed, whose praises I sing and whose true form I behold. A flame, celestial steed, true form I behold.
Ah,
The night sky will be illuminated by wings of flame, and I shall be reborn in immortal poetry.
Because they cannot banish the truth, the Order of the Deep instead banished us to the sea. Our thirst for truth is why we were cast out. No matter what, remember this. The truth will always exist. And the truth is gold that is unafraid of the fiercest of flames.
damn. Bro spitting bars. Truth is gold, unafraid of the fiercest of flames.
Can't get through. The sounds are coming from over there. What is this place? Who are you?
She's always been distant and aloof.
Bro really said, who are you?
Melody is both heavy
That's
and fragile.
Ciaconna, bro.
Ciaconna toccata.
Ciaconna toccata.
As long as you still draw breath, lift your eyes and look. With this poem, your life is eternal.
Rover. Finally, I got you out of there. You must have been drawn into a different melody on our way out.
Recount what you saw in the study. Don't tell Ciaconna what you saw. कोई reason होगा नहीं बताने का?
I just walked into his study and ran into a strange little girl. She seemed quite taken with the Poet Society's work. She mentioned a name. Ciaconna toccata.
I see. I don't know who you met, but Toccata is my family name.
Eh?
As I said before, for family matters, let the past stay where it
I don't
belongs.
know who you met. तुम ही तो थी रे.
Just call me Ciaconna. We don't need to overcomplicate things. Well, we have made some progress. The melody we were in gave yes. Seeing as they banished the Golden Anthem, we might find more clues in the Cathedral of Mercury.
Cathedral of Mercury. Order of the D's.
Oh, this will be fun.
Have you found her yet? No.
She's not here either. Oh, greetings, brother and sister. Might I ask, Have you seen someone dressed like us who likes to walk with her head down?
What, Phoebe?
No, Razor doesn't like walking with her head down.
अच्छा अभी
She
कोई
must
और है.
have gotten into some trouble. We're in the Order's choir. We're rehearsing hymns to sing at the ceremony. Racer is our lead chorister. We took a break from rehearsing to play hide and seek. When the time ran out, we couldn't find her. Maybe she got mad at us because we sang badly. She hasn't smiled at us much since rehearsal started.
Can you tell your big sister here what hymn you're rehearsing?
The teacher says it's a hymn to honor the brave knights and the Sentinel's guidance. But Razor says the hymn was written by a bunch of criminals.
Well, which way did Racer go? We can help you look for her.
Really? She went that way.
वैसे लगता है इन सारे स्टोरी बच्चे ही आ रहे हैं. मतलब
Such a beautiful voice, isn't it?
स्टार्टिंग में कुछ बच्चे थे, याद नहीं हमको.
You are?
अभी तुम स्टार्ट क्यों खेलना क्या?
My name
Wuthering
is
Waves?
Ciaconna.
A friend of mine.
Don't be scared. We're only here so that you can finish your game of hide and seek.
Hide and seek, right. Myron and the others are waiting for me. Sorry I've caused you trouble.
मेरे फ़ोन में चल नहीं रहा है. ये कुछ समय के बाद ये फ़ोन में भी नहीं चलेगा.
How about a little chat first? Something's troubling you. I can tell.
What? Of course not. The ceremony is coming up, and the choir still has so much to rehearse. I'm fine.
ऐसा क्यों? अरे गेम का लोड बहुत ज़्यादा है ना.
Young ones today have so much talent. If I had the chance, I'd love to learn how to sing hymns. You know, our laureate here definitely knows how to sing hymns.
ये तो है. वही ना, मैप बहुत बड़ा होगा.
Before the performance, the choir has to listen to the same music, recite the same lyrics, and do the same rehearsals every day. What's more, the hymn we're practicing, it was composed by bad people. Teacher calls them heretics. Myron and the others never complain. They're always eager to sing praises to the Sentinel on stage. But now, their dreams are all dashed because of me.
रीना सीता का स्टोरी बहुत कॉम्प्लिकेटेड है.
Cheer's voices are in perfect harmony. But I
मतलब
can
बहुत
never
चीज़
keep
इन्वॉल्व
up.
है.
And I don't like this hymn. Myron and the others are too young to realize that heresy is a grave offense. But I know. I just don't understand by the
स्टोरेज का
audiences to
तुम्हारा
sing
उड़ गया
songs
ना.
written by criminals.
BGMI भी तो बहुत जीबी लेता है,
The more
शायद
I
10
thought
जीबी या
about it,
12
the
जीबी
more
का है.
out of rhythm I became. In the end, I could barely sing at all. That song just now. I've already forgotten how it's supposed to sound.
Well, what do you think a hymn should sound like?
A hymn, as the books state, is a song of praise for the sentinel who leads the lost to the abundant lands.
No, not that. I mean, how does it make you feel? Try to remember what you were feeling when you were singing alone in the corner just now.
Oh, I didn't want to hold everyone back, and I really wanted to help everyone have a great performance at the ceremony.
Then hold on to that feeling. Let's rehearse again. You don't have anyone sitting in on your rehearsals, do you?
Uh-huh. No.
Well then, the laureate and I will be the first to hear you perform.
अच्छा, उतना हो गया.
This is a cathedral. That's the choir on stage, with the Poet Society leading them. Looks like it's a ceremony of some kind. It sounds like... Sounds like a song celebrating the knights who defeated the Tacit Discords at Whisperwind Haven. Wait. Someone's approaching the stage.
Degenerates! Arrogant! Hypocrites, every last one of you! You have no idea what happened! Not at all! Has the Order reduced our sacrifices to mere tales to be told over tea? The Sentinel's blessing! Where were you when we fought the Tacit Discords of Whisperwind Haven? Where were any of you? Where was the Sentinel? We didn't fight for the Sentinel or for the damned Order. We fought for ourselves. You're nothing but hypocrites.
आज गेंशिन नहीं खेलोगे इसके बाद, या फिर हो सकता है आज नहीं खेलें, डिपेंडिंग ऑन टाइम कितना बचता है मेरे पास.
This is madness.
ये क्वेस्ट के बाद
Who is this
खेलेंगे.
madman? Someone remove him from here immediately. Do not be deceived. All knights who rode into that battle wielded swords sanctified by the Order. They fought in the name of divinity.
What he said about the common folk, is it true? Tell me, were they also sent to fight at Whisperwind Haven? I'm saving myself.
Yes. I suppose this incident is what changed the Poet Society. Strange. Why is this passageway so long?
Afternoon tea. Yes, please. The odd tea and biscuits, miss. I'll reapply the medicine once you've finished. Next time, no more climbing walls. Understood? It wasn't just for fun. I was trying to... There, I understand. You've always been a curious child. You saw something terribly interesting and snuck out to take a closer look. Wait. Is it raspberry? My favourite. Oh, look at this. This book says the flower doesn't live long. But that's silly. I know it can survive the coldest of winters. Maybe one day I'll become a great bard. I promise. This study is a secret. You must never tell a soul. I understand. But I've always wondered, why do people say they're guilty? There are so many interesting poems and songs here. Why won't Father let me see them? Oh, you'll understand when...
Oh, what splendid singing! Even the laureate was enraptured.
Rita did wonderfully. Thanks to you, I figured it out. Sincerity is what truly matters when we pray and sing praises to the Sentinel.
Yes, a hymn isn't just a few lines of history. It is shaped by your feelings and experiences. The hymn may differ in each person's eyes, but its resonance and meaning are universal. I hope you'll give the audience a spectacular performance on the day of the ceremony. So, what did you see in Reese's melody?
The Poet Society was criticized for glorifying the knights over the common folk during one of their hymn performances. Their assumptions were challenged, so they traveled to the Knights' encampment at Whisperwind Haven to verify the truth for themselves.
This incident may have been the turning point for the Poet Society. Did you find any other clues? Next time we venture into the realm of melodies, perhaps we should tie our hands together to stop you from getting lost.
Hell yeah.
If the Order's choir is pointing us to Whisperwind Haven, then that's where we'll find more clues. Heard of these knights during my travels. This should be where their old encampment stood. There don't seem to be any instruments, poems, or music here that carry the memory of a melody. Let's try searching the area first. Out members of the Poet Society.
What game is that?
They had wandered the area looking for inspiration.
Are you telling me you don't know the name of the game when your profile picture is Frolova and your name is Hecate?
Inspiration will strike us along the way. This was the last stop on their route. Oh, the view just now as we soared in the sky was just breathtaking. What is it? Has anything come to mind? Yes. How did I miss that? The wind is the finest recorder of melodies. It rises from the primal, churning endlessly, echoing in our ears without end. I believe The melodies left by the Poet Society were witnessed by the wind, and it will carry playing a tune, of course. I want to capture the mood they must have felt when they were here. I'm curious as to what they left behind.
Rimbo and Selena must have returned to Raguna by now. That lithograph of the Sentinel's true form. It has to be here somewhere. Did that gentleman guide us intentionally? Who exactly was he? Backpack stuffed with papers claiming to be a common artist, traveling in search of inspiration.
What, Christopher?
Yet he spoke like a nobleman. Ah, but I can't afford to think about that now.
Hello,
With
Danjin.
his help, we'd still be singing praises to a full Sentinel. He's right. We cannot continue to sing for the Order anymore. We must enlighten the people of Raguna. They deserve to know the truth.
And light.
The Knights of the Order defend only the Order's interests, and so the time has come for us to become knights for the people of Raguna.
It seems someone told the poets the truth about the Sentinel, and even suggested they stop singing solely for divinity and begin singing for the common folk as well. On the surface, what our mystery man said makes perfect sense. He even has knowledge of Imperator's true form. And this hidden lithograph is evidence the poets were telling the truth. Is this form of the Sentinel the same as the one you saw at Avenolium?
Evenolium. This is the old form, the OG form. Wait. Yeah, this is the OG form, not the corrupted form.
So the poets were indeed banished for uncovering the Order's secrets. Even under interrogation, they held their silence. It wasn't until they met this mysterious man and learned the truth that they chose to become Knights of Raguna. Resentment and curses are not songs of their own style. As for the true mastermind, we still have no direct proof linking him to the Order. We must confront his lies and put an end to these Daemon incidents. Once the truth of the Golden Anthem and Imperator is revealed, it will no longer be just a matter of daemons.
The will of the people is strong. This mastermind is so sure the lies about the Sentinel will go undiscovered, and that no one will easily believe the truth. The truth exists to be uncovered. All we need is to plant the seeds of doubt in the people's hearts, and let them take root and grow.
Yes. We'll go back to Margarita's. It's where our story began, and it's where it must end. Miss Margarita!
Well, hello. If it isn't Rover and Ciaconna. Oh, Miss Ciaconna is a regular around here, you know. I've even asked her to perform a few times. Helps bring in the crowds.
Actually, I've come to ask a favor of you today, Miss Margarita. I'm sure you've heard the rumors circulating lately about the Poet Society's legacy. There's something important we'd like to share. Could you help us gather everyone?
Not a problem at all. Did you make any big discoveries? I'm so curious about what actually happened. It's driving me nuts.
Over. We'll begin when you're ready. The poets did board the Pilgrim sail, becoming the stars of their own final act. great fire consumed the ship, dragging it to icy depths, and the poets of the Golden Anthem with it. But hear this. Banishment did not breed hatred in their hearts for our city, and the flames did not scorch a curse into their music or poems. If you wish to hear their true voices once more, seek them at the Cathedral of Mercury. The children there still sing hymns written by the poets of the Golden Anthem, and yet, not a single daemon has appeared.
इस गेम का म्यूजिक सॉन्ग बहुत मस्त है। हाँ होता है, म्यूजिक सॉन्ग बढ़िया है इस गेम में, OST वगैरह। क्या लिखा हुआ है यार? The children there singing. They did not surrender to hatred. The great fire burned everything to ashes. They weren't the ones that boarded the pilgrim's ship.
As the fire filled the ship's cabins, they penned their last poems with death drawing near. Perhaps they were greeted by the Sentinel in their final moments. Or perhaps they fell silently toward death.
उस समय तो सेंटिनल पूरा करप्टेड था, तो हमको लगता नहीं ग्रीट किया होगा।
If the poets truly meant to curse Raguna, why would they write such obscure poems? Why not simply leave their works behind in Raguna? Their last words were hastily written as the flames closed in. This charade, it was carefully crafted, twisting their work to conceal the truth. We already have. No. Tomorrow, at the Odyssey Opera House, I will reveal the truth. Until then, I thank you all for your patience.
This car... This is very confusing. Sorry.
अरे भाई ढकेल
Is
दिस।
this all real? What do you mean by the truth? Did you discover something? The poets of the Golden Anthem, they were...
अरे ये क्रिस्टोफोरो।
Fascinating story indeed. You've certainly piqued everyone's curiosity. The speech you made just now, you're implying the poets of the Golden Anthem were framed and their works deliberately misinterpreted.
Exactly. Someone used the story of the Golden Anthem to stir the public's curiosity. This is what created the daemons.
If memory serves, official records of the Order of the Deep state
भाई इसमें भी रेजिन का लोचा होता है क्या? गाचा गेम में तो होगा ही, गाचा गेम लाइव सर्विस गेम है, वो तो तुमको रेजिन वगैरह का करेगा ये सब चीज। लेकिन इसमें है कि तुम्हारा रेजिन कैप होने के बाद रिजर्व रेजिन में जाता है, ऐसा नहीं कि कैप होने के बाद खत्म।
Are you from a noble family? The city's elite have a habit of siding with the Order.
I'm afraid you misunderstand. I admit, I do get that question quite often. I am but a traveling playwright. Your presentation brings me back to a play I wrote in my youth.
ये तो फ्रैक्सिडस का कुछ है।
A group of birds locked inside a cage. Convinced they will never fly, they do nothing but stand on a perch. Then, one day, the cage door. The young birds flapped their fragile wings attempting to fly, but plummeted to the ground, one by one. Many consider their fate a tragic one. What say you?
मैंने कुछ रील्स में देखा था कि इसमें रेजिन्स बना भी सकते हैं, ऐसा कुछ नहीं। इसमें तुम्हारा होता है कि रेजिन कैप होने के बाद रिजर्व स्लॉट में चलने लगता है।
Those who chose to remain in the cage, having witnessed their predecessors fall to their demise.
जैसे गाड़ी में होता है ना कि गाड़ी में तेल भरने के बाद रिवर्स रिवर्स तेल
realizing the
रिवर्स
cost
फ्यूल
of
में चल
choosing
जाता है, रिजर्व फ्यूल में, रिवर्स बोल
Does
रहा
the
है
truth exist to
वैसे
protect or to harm?
रिजर्व में
That
गाड़ी में होता है कि गाड़ी में पहले रिजर्व भरता है उसके बाद फिर टंकी भरता है। इसमें है कि पहले टंकी भरेगा, टंकी भरने के बाद रिजर्व
Miss
मिलेगा।
Poet, I look forward to tomorrow's arrival.
Damn.
A splendid retaliation. I witnessed all of your performance. Like everyone present, I too eagerly
आपको याद है ऐसा गेंशिन में भी होना चाहिए भाई।
As expected, the
चलो
orders
कम से कम
were
आर्टिफैक्ट
all
लोड
over.
आउट तो आ रहा है गेंशिन में।
According to our inside sources, it was none other than acolytes from the Order who salvaged the poet's lost works from the wreckage. They've long known of their existence and hid the poems in the Order's library. It's possible this was a sham all along.
और इसका पता है, इसका एक और बेनिफिट है जो कि हमको ज़्यादा बढ़िया लगता है रिजर्व रेजिन से, वो हम दिखा नहीं सकते अभी क्योंकि मेरे पास अभी रिजर्व रेजिन है नहीं। हाँ मतलब बेसिकली तुम सेट कर सकते हो बिल्ड आर्टिफैक्ट को लेकर के। इसमें लोड आउट है, गेंशिन में भी आ रहा है लोड आउट।
He may even be the resonator we've speculated about. His collusion with the Order is why these wolves are allowed to run rampant in the streets. I'll have someone follow this secret circle's trail. We should also share these findings with Ciaconna. As a poet, her insights would be much appreciated.
That's strange. She was just there a moment ago.
Just like when we were children. Gone without a trace. And she and her family disappeared without even a goodbye.
Miss Margarita, have you seen Ciaconna? Miss Ciaconna? She was squirreling off towards the harbor earlier. I thought that's where you were meeting, so I didn't see a word. She did look quite down though. Never seen her wear such a gloomy face before.
Thank you for letting us know, Miss Margarita.
Why don't we split up and look for her at the harbor?
ये होता है लोड आउट। ये आर्टिफैक्ट में क्या है, ये बटन देख रहे हो, ये वाला, ये सब लोड आउट है। मतलब तुम बेसिकली सेट करके रख सकते हो और जैसे मान लो कि तुमको ये वाला लोड आउट चाहिए तो तुम इसमें अप्लाई करोगे तो वो वाला लग जाएगा यहाँ पे जहाँ पे तुम्हारा बिल्ड है, पूरा प्री सेट बिल्ड बेसिकली। और इसका रेजिन का पता है क्या फ़ायदा है? फ़ायदा ये है, अरे ये नहीं कहाँ गया, रेजिन का ये फ़ायदा है जैसे मान लो अभी तुम्हारा यहाँ 19 है ना, मान लो तुम्हारा 240 हो गया, ठीक है, और फिर यहाँ पे तुम्हारा 480 हो गया, ये जो हरा वाला है, तो 480 पे ये कैप हो जाता है और तुम इसको भर नहीं सकते हो। लेकिन फिर तुम ये 480 को कन्वर्ट कर दोगे ना ये ब्लू वाले में, तो इसमें ऐड हो जाता है और फिर ये भरते रहेगा, फिर 480 होगा, फिर इसमें ऐड हो जाएगा। इस पे तुम स्टैक कर सकते हो 480 का। मतलब तुम रेजिन को बिना यूज़ किए स्टैक करते जा सकते हो, करते जा सकते हो, करते जा सकते हो। जैसे अभी मान लो 240 है और यहाँ 480 है, 480 को इधर भेज दिए तो ऐड हो गया, फिर ये 0 से स्टार्ट होगा, वापस 480 तक रिजर्व वाला भरते जाएगा, फिर तुम डाल दिए इसमें, फिर 0 स्टार्ट होगा, तो तुम यहाँ पे रेजिन स्टैक करते रह सकते हो। लेकिन तुम्हारा ये वाला रेजिन है ना, इसका भरने का टाइम आधा है, लाइक हाँ, लेकिन इसमें वही है कि तुम्हारा ये रेजिन का भरने का टाइम आधा है, लाइक यहाँ पे जितना टाइम में एक रेजिन तुमको मिलेगा यहाँ पे डबल टाइम लगेगा, वही चीज़ है। तो अगर तुमको मान लो रेजिन यूज़ करने का मन नहीं कर रहा तो तुम यहाँ पे जितना रेजिन है अगर भर चुका है तो उसमें डाल दो और फिर छोड़ दो, फिर यहाँ पे भरते जाएगा, भरते जाएगा। ये वाला हमको ज़्यादा बढ़िया फीचर लगा था। सेविंग अकाउंट जैसा.
The young birds left their cage, flapping frail wings as they fell to the ground.
I never thought his words would reach into the depths I sealed away so long ago.
Coming here implies you worry about tomorrow's outcome. You intend to reveal the truth of the Sentinel to the public. But that revelation, it comes with a price. One we've paid before as a child. Remember?
This is past.
And here I thought you'd be much wiser, miss. You know the dangers of pilgrimage, but you will still cling to the same reckless path. Tell me, what drives such stubbornness?
The truth has its thorns, and the golden anthem has already paid its price. Do you wish to relive their fate?
Is that what you're trying to tell me with your plane? Like you knew nothing of how the Golden Anthem responded?
कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा. हम लोग तो हरा दिए उसको. सेंटिनल का जो करप्टेड फॉर्म था, तब फिर ऑर्डर का इतना पावर कैसे है यहाँ पर? लाइक कैसे अभी भी तुम्हारा पिलग्रिमेज वगैरह चालू है? सारा चीज़ तो हो गया था क्लियर हराने के बाद मेन क्वेस्ट में.
Allow me to share the answer, Sir Acolyte. Do you remember the very first voice from the the one the people of Grenacita kept alive in their hearts as they built their homes on this land? Surely you've seen the Golden Bow, yeah? A play where people from various clans wear masks, singing and celebrating. An occasion you now call Carnival.
And what of it?
It is words and songs. Really, not your enemies. What you face here is something that is hard to describe, something I call reverberation. It exists forever. Never
You pitiful fool. Off to the seas with that reverberation you believe in so dearly.
The Order of the Deep seeks to banish us to the seas because they know they can't banish the truth.
Hear that? The bell they tolled. I will be the one to carry its sound forward.
The parallels, so striking. Just like the day the Poets Society boarded their sail. You, Ciaconna to Carter,
blaspheming against the Sentinel. So this is the resonance they babbled on about. After all these years, another group of fools is ready to march down the same path. Why are there always those who believe the Sentinel is some damn horse? Poets were at least clever enough to hold their tongues, but you have the nerve to parade your blasphemy through the streets. Almost makes those poets look noble by comparison.
Is that so, Sir? I do hope you dream of this sentinel of yours every night then.
Spare me your sarcasm, you insolent bard! You're nothing but a mouthy relic, the last of what remains of your wretched family. Do you not repent for your crimes?
Ah, so you've already tasted their fate, haven't you? You and your family, banished in the name of blasphemy. Such a dramatic turn of events. As cantors of the Sentinel, both the Ciaconna family and the Poet Society committed the same crime. Tell me, what is the connection between you and those poets?
Nothing but a figment of my imagination. None of this concerns you. The price we were willing to pay. We have no regrets. When I was a child, I lacked the ability to
Yo
prove the
Moni
Sentinel's
Neems bro,
truth.
welcome. Hello tutu
But
tutu
now,
वाले भैया. अच्छा
with
पैक
the
भाई के
inverted
चैट
tower
से.
shifting and the prophesied laureate among us,
स्कार भी आया होगा. स्कार अभी
I
नहीं आया.
believe the
बहुत time.
opportunity has presented itself
Next
for the truth
update.
to be.
Opportunity. Indeed. The moment of choice dawns once more. Do you intend to repeat history? This time, dragging Rover along with you, boarding the pilgrim sail and clinging to hope as the storm carries you away. Isn't this what you're afraid of? You've unraveled the hand behind it all, but the Order will never allow such truths to see the light. Rover, Miss Carlotta, and all those you've gathered along the way.
ये लोग क्या लग ये लोग को लगता ऑर्डर इतना पावरफुल है भाई कुछ नहीं कर सकता.
And perhaps even that blessed maiden whose whereabouts remain a mystery to this day. Even so, you two still insist on stepping.
ये सब इसका दिमाग में चल रहा है. Only Scar can entertain me. आएगा अगला पैच. किताब मिल गया. तो दिमाग में चल रहा है ना इसका.
Is this Ciacconna's sheet music? She was here. The vision I just saw seems to have been recorded from this. Ciaconna mentioned she always writes down her melodies on manuscript paper. Could this be? The golden hammer.
डैम सब लाइव करने लगे हैं. हम तो बहुत दिन से लाइव कर रहे हैं भाई. मेरा हो गया 1 साल से ऊपर. It's been more. हम तो फाउंटेन का स्टार्टिंग से लाइव कर रहे हैं 4.2 से.
Interrogation. The girl in the Poet Society study must have happened last time was no accident. Why is she there? And why are the Ciaconna family and the Poet Society accused of the same crime?
Thank you for understanding everything. Is there anyone else here besides you?
भाई मैंने डाउनलोड किया था स्कार के लिए पर हार गया। भाई स्कार तो बैनर में है ही नहीं ब्रो, क्या बोल रहे हो? स्कार का कोई बैनर नहीं है।
You must have touched the Golden Anthem's music sheet. This is the story it holds. To be able to touch it means you're someone I can trust. I am yesterday's child.
Thanks for subscribing Moni Nims
The actor
and
now
welcome
on
to the
stage,
stream.
and the
Thanks
vanished
for
sinner
subbing.
of tomorrow. Ciaconna Toccata.
Ciaconna Toccata. I am yesterday's child of ignorance, back to new stage. And the banished sinner of tomorrow. Damn bro, she's spitting bars.
Let me tell you, the story of the Golden Anthem doesn't just belong to the Poet Society. It also belongs to me, Ciaconna Toccata. This is how it all started. A mysterious person showed the poets the truth about the Sentinel. Then they decided to become Knights of Raccoona. Back then, besides the conductor, there were others who helped organize things.
भाई वो कैसे आएगा बाहर में जबकि वो जेल में है? अरे जेल से निकल जाएगा अगला पैच में, देखो ना ट्रेलर में देखा नहीं था? ट्रेलर में स्कार तो दिखाया था। This is how it all started. A mysterious person showed the poets the truth about Sentinel. They then decided to become Knights of Raccoona. Back then, besides the conductor, there were others who helped organize the process. अच्छा
It didn't take long for the Order to notice us. To keep everyone safe, they gave my father a key to a study. Inside, there were papers that could have destroyed the Order, if anyone would even believe them in the first place. It was blasphemy, but my father didn't hesitate. He took the key
अच्छा
right
ये
away.
बाप है उसका फोटो।
As you've already seen, I was also banished. Usually, the food and water in those ships aren't enough to get the people where they need to go. Even if they made it, the cold would get them. But on that ship, the Order made sure there was nothing. No food, no water, nothing. As for the fire, the poets started it themselves.
Oh भाई legendary.
In the past, everyone thought they were brilliant cantors. But inside, only they understood how fake and arrogant all their poems and music really were. In their last moments before death, the poets just wanted to leave something real behind. But it was so cold out at sea, and wood for fire was already running low. So they set the cabin on fire. In the world they dreamed of, poets would no longer be shackled, and everyone could sing freely. That was their wish for the future when the curtain fell. With our bodies to fuel the fire,
अब मेरे इधर लाइन कटेगा। अरे यार इधर को कल से लाइन देता है।
forge Raccoon's true gold.
Without bodies to be fire.
But the Order was afraid. They didn't want any loose ends. So they went to salvage the ship's wreckage. The Golden Anthem gave my father the key. At first, he wouldn't let me near it because I was too little. It wasn't until my mother, my uncle, and the rest of my family were one by one escorted onto pilgrim sails. Then, it was his turn. I still remember the day he handed me the key. The smile on his face.
Don't see it as a burden, my child. Remember, only this kind of courage can rid you.
Father wanted to tell everyone. So the Order put him on a pilgrim sail with the same charges. That was the last time we saw him. later, after I became a wandering bard and poet, I started to feel what was in the melodies of the poets and my ancestors. A sincerity like none other. I wrote songs, weaving the stories my father and the Poet Society and our family could never prove whether the Sentinel's form was really that of a celestial steed. Now, I have that choice again. But this time, I have you and...
Like I said, the truth exists to be uncovered. I've made my choice.
By the way, only gacha game और mobile में खेलते हैं. I am streaming from mobile.
I believe no one will question
So
the
I
choices
don't
you
really
all
have
made
that
in the
many
past.
options right now. Maybe in future. I mean, most definitely in future when I get a PC, I will play different games.
There are hints of the sea inside Ciaconna's melodies. You should take greater pride in being a poet.
Thank you. Thank you for understanding everything. Let's open the doors. I hope this time, the story...
This song, it's the one she performed last time. Melody is the same, but why does it sound so sad this time?
So, Miss Poet, have you made your decision?
This is a poem I've never seen before. It's so different from what they used to write. Do not place flowers on my tomb, for I do not rest beneath the stone. I am the sea wind at Raguna's walls. I am a dawn that breaks through thorns. I am a nighthawk of wings of flame, soaring towards the celestial steed, whose praises I sing and whose true form I behold.
I know what you're thinking. You're worried I might end up on the same path you did. Go on.
All the hopes will set us free from doubts and fears deep within. Let the sunrise gild our wings. Let the twilight soothe our skin.
Follow
And
your
the
heart.
skyward forever wild and
I'll be
free.
with you. Till the end.
Penniless bard and the laureate roving in a foreign land. Together, we rise up against the order of the deep itself. But as long as the seeds of doubt are planted, the kindling in Raguna will eventually ignite to forge its true gold. There! Now, how's that for a story worth telling? Ah, speaking of which, have you ever read that novel? It's about a knight on a quest to challenge a giant in the name of justice. The knight is also accompanied by a squire. Time after time, they throw themselves at the seemingly invincible giant. I am no Montelli, acolyte of the Order of the Deep, or Knight of Raguna. But still, I shall lead the charge. Yahoo! Mount up, Sir Knight! To battle we go! once more, a tale of the past I shall tell. This is the story of those who were accused of blasphemy. They were once poets, singing songs for the divinity and the order. This is how their music became known to all. Until one day, they stumbled upon a truth that could not be proven. The Sentinel, whom we've always revered, is not what they seem. The true divinity granting us blessings is a majestic celestial steed that gallops across the high seas and soars through the skies. And the teachings in our scriptures? Lies told to us by the Order.
Okay, bye. Thanks for joining and
Ask
thanks for
yourselves
subscribing.
this. Why would Imperator, who once sent Renesita voices from the heavens, allow their people to suffer aboard those pilgrim sails? How could poets who once sang the praises of the Sentinel come to curse and resent Renesita, a land they loved so much? People of Renesita, have you ever wondered why the Order forbids us from seeing their earliest scriptures? Why did none of the fools that boarded the Pilgrim's sail ever thank the Sentinel? Imperator and Draguna have always stood united, yet lately, they seem to have vanished from our dreams. Why is that?
Ciaconna Toccata, in the name of Imperator and Primus Fenrica, you are hereby under arrest. You will face the full weight of the Order penitentiary.
Is that so? And what are the charges this time, if I may ask?
Blasphemy!
Oh! The same old tricks again! Is this how the Order intends to keep the truth hidden?
Save your empty words for your confession to the Sentinel. Damnation! She's not working alone!
Farewell, Sir Acolyte. Oh, and just a little tip for you. Keep your eyes on the audience below. Let's see how much of the Order's hypocrisy these empty words can unveil. I have faith. The music of the Golden Anthem will one day echo across Raguna's skies again. Phew. A masked hero suddenly appeared, rescuing the bard right when she was about to be apprehended by the Order. But that's a story for another time. You know what this means for you, right? Even with a mask on, people will still recognize the laureate. I'm now a wanted criminal by the Order. Now this is what a real poet, no, wait, a real knight is supposed to be. Well then.
Is our final stage. Now, it's your turn to step up to it.
You will witness a different world.
You arrogant hypocrites!
Led by curiosity, they step forward.
I am the gentle sea sweeping through Whistlewind Haven and towards Raguna's high walls.
Have you decided on your answer? I look forward to the public trial.
Perhaps our fates are not so different after all.
It is time. Sinner against the Sentinel.
But you...
I will continue to sing.
As long as there are those who breathe and see.
My eternal summer will never fade. Do you feel it? The breeze from Whisperwind Haven. You can even catch the faint scent of wet grass. Next thing you know, maybe an apple will fall on our heads. Or maybe a big grey wolf will leap out and chase a squirrel down a rabbit hole. Thank you, Rover. I don't have the Blessed Maiden's miracles, nor the powers of a hero. I'm just a wandering bard. The only thing I can offer is to immortalize this moment. I will carry all the stories about you with me. By the way, I met a man at Margarita's who claims to be a playwright. You should watch out for him. I'm not entirely sure who he really is. My guess is that he might be the resonator. Here, you can have this music sheet. I'm heading off on a new mission. An escape mission. Starting today, I'm no longer just a wandering bard. I've got the Order hunting me now. A journey like this, it's begging to be written into a story. Don't you worry. I still remember our promise. About the song I wrote you. We will meet again. And I'll sing it for you, I swear. After all, we're partners in crime now.
भाई ये हाथ पकड़ने वाली दिक्कत, अरे ऐसे ऐसे ही ये गेम पे
My
बहुत
Lord
ज़्यादा.
Primus, it seems your plan has not gone quite as you'd hoped. You sought to revive the blasphemous Poets Society, spreading their legacy to stoke the fires of prejudice. Through my aid, summon daemons to sow fear across Ravenna City.
यही डेमंस को लाया था. You sought to revive the blasphemous who saw spreading legacy. अच्छा, मतलब ये भी evil है एक तरह से.
I care not for labels of good or evil. My only care is Raguna's order and chaos.
Damn.
Fear is but one tool among many to maintain stability.
ऐसा नहीं लग रहा, ऐसा कैरेक्टर गेंशिन में भी है, हमको तो नहीं लग रहा.
Truly the words of one in possession of great power. Such lines are rare, even in plays. And yet, why do you seem so restless, Lord Fenrico? This is hardly the character I expected from you. Is it that foreign laureate that unsettles you so? Or perhaps that insignificant Ciaconna girl?
फदुई हार्बिंजर. कौन? रेड वाला? अरे हाँ सही बोला. अरे हाँ उसके जैसा ना, जेस्टर के जैसा लग रहा है ये जो ये प्राइमस फेनरिको, जेस्टर के जैसा. हाँ उसका भी हाफ फेस पे मास्क है.
Or is it something else you seek?
लेकिन वो थोड़ा बूढ़ा है और दाढ़ी भी है उसके पास.
Out of respect for our partnership, some things are better left unsaid.
और पीछे में वो गोल चीज नहीं है उसका, बस खाली फेस जो है वो हाफ जो मास्क है वही से.
Of course, as you will, Lord Fenrico.
ये फ्रैक्सिडस का लीडर है ये, हमको जहाँ तक लग रहा है, क्योंकि इसको फ्रोलोवा के साथ देखे थे हम, लाल ड्रेस वाला को. लॉल.
Wait. You are the one who led the Poets Society to that lithograph.
हमको ये लगा था यही था वो अननोन ट्रैवलर.
I've heard whispers of your presence at Whispering Haven around that time. Whenever you were asked, you claimed to be seeking inspiration. Why are you doing this?
As you said yourself, out of respect for our partnership, some things are better left unsaid. There was no deception. Indeed, I was seeking inspiration. In the end, I found a story about birds in a cage. The birds, having uncovered the truth, must decide. Will they choose to fly into the unknown, or remain caged within the familiar? Ah, Lord Fenrico, a word of reminder. Just as the young Ciaconna mentioned, how long has it been since you last dreamed of your true divinity? Armed with a wooden spear and a broken helmet, the knight charged at the window. His squire, ever loyal, trailed close behind as if becoming one with the knight. Together they charged again and again, true knights in spirit, ignoring the countless wounds they bore. Truly astonishing. Even if you took such a script, what could you possibly accomplish? Hecate.
हाँ? Hecate? इसमें हैकटे कहाँ से आ गया भाई? कुछ चीज़ इसमें समझ में नहीं आया। उसमें वो स्क्वायर का कहानी के बारे में क्यों बात कर रहा था? क्या वो स्क्वायर है क्या? प्राइमस फैमिली को अच्छा, इसमें मल्टीपल एंडिंग्स है ना? वेट करते करते करना होगा ना इसको, समझ गया। ये कब भरता है? मतलब इसको रुक रुक के करना होगा। इन्फर ऑल पॉसिबिलिटीज। अच्छा, इसको कंप्लीट करना। चलो आज के लिए तो हुआ हो गया। कल वो क्वेस्ट का एंडिंग करेंगे। स्ट्रीम बंद करते हैं यार, 4 बज गया, जाना भी है बाहर काम से। ओके गाइस, थैंक्स फॉर ज्वाइनिंग, मेक श्योर टू लाइक एंड सब्सक्राइब, सी यू ऑल टुमारो।